Good evening. Um, have the day off tomorrow. I'm gonna run again. Um, I'm gonna make a video based on a topic. This ain't about any individual per se, and the people that I even um, disagree with, I'm cool with. Um, it's a topic um, of like speed. Like they talk about in the post office about running. For me, I don't see myself as a runner, um, but other people do, and I'm known as being fast. But I'm not really running. But I know when I do run, is when I don't think I can finish, and it leads to the topic. It's a big one. Um, I had I don't know who all I don't know the people if like how many people that know me in real life, I guess, um, watch my videos. So it's kind of and I'm not like at odds with anybody, but it's a topic. It's a big topic, and it's one that I'm always thinking about, um, which I'm going to talk about in this video. But without it becoming like personal, because it's not. Um, it's tricky to navigate that. Um, I guess it's tricky, but um, people. There was a statement like, "Oh, you're eating up the overtime." Well, in California, people are always talking to me. "Oh, you're taking all the overtime." So you know, I, I'm an individualist. I really am. In that regard, I don't agree with anybody giving what they're entitled to somebody else. I don't agree with it. um, I think the biggest thing the union has done is seniority. It makes it fair, um, because it's just your time that you get a job that you bid on. It's the time that you're there. So you're not going to get screwed over because it's just based on your time of entry. So it gives you faith that in the future, if something opens up and you bid on it, it's just going to be about the time that you're there. So it's pretty objective, and it helps you stay on the job, per se. That it's not about favoritism, it's just the date of entry, and that's a good thing. So then you don't have to worry if, hey, somebody else who hasn't been there longer than you, who doesn't do as much work as you, and they're gonna get it over you, because it's not about that at all. It's just the entry date, and so I like that, and that's the most important thing. Um, so when it comes to productivity and giving up time, slacking, slowing down. I mean, I'm not hating on anybody who slows down or makes it last. I don't want to come across that way. Um, but you shouldn't purposefully slack. Um, I don't agree with that. Often I'm doing overtime, like all the time, and I'll do a piece after my route, and then I have to go back out and then go back out again. And then we all get back at the same time, and there are other people that did a lot less work that only did their piece. They didn't have to go back out because they made their piece and their route last the whole time. So the idea of slacking or slowing down really just screws your coworker. And they see it the other way around, that the person who's fast is doing the screwing. But really, it's the person who's working slow that's doing the screwing. Because now your coworkers have to pick up the slack and go back out again and again and again because they can do more volume. So, you know what I mean? I'll never agree with purposefully slowing down under the idea that you're going to give overtime to other people. I mean, I will take the hours I'm given. I'm not going to give up any opportunity for a coworker. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to do that. So that aspect of the union, I do not subscribe to that. I guess some people at the post office have stepped aside on bidding for routes for people. I mean, if that's what you've done and that's your choice, that's cool, you know, but it should never be expected somebody to step aside of whatever they're entitled to. You know, I would heavily disagree with the practice of that. If you're entitled to it, you take it. Don't allow social pressure to make you give up something that you're entitled to because you want to fit in. And the union kind of, it is kind of selfish in that way. They're not really unified. I remember way back when I was a CCA, I had 2 days off in a row scheduled, and that was rare. I was working every day for like 2 to 2.5 weeks in a row all the time. And then people called out, and I didn't answer the phone. And yeah, that really frustrated me how they complained to the union about it. I guess, you know, it's really made me think of how selfish that is, you know? I mean, seriously. I mean, I don't know. So, you should. I'm an individualist, you know? I agree with that. I don't agree on stepping on people to get what you want. I'm not talking about that. But you know, I overheard somebody, an authority, talking about speed of a new person, and it made me think. And just the same way, like, it's not only management that pressures about time. The union people pretty much are doing the same thing. But in the end, people work their pace. They might change up, but they're always going to revert back to their natural pace. People aren't really going to change the way they work for other people. People work the way they want to work, and also because that's the way they want to work. You can't get people to change up what they're doing because people don't want to be told what to do. And so therefore, it's just not really a good conversation to have to people, I think. I don't know. It's just not good. It's not going to go. You're not going to ever get anybody to slow down by telling them they need to slow down. They're not going to do it because that's just the way they work. People work the way they work. It's kind of like you have to accept people for who they are. That's just the way the person works. That's basically who they are. You know, it's kind of the way it is. But it turns into like the psychological part of it. You know, some people base their self-esteem based off their productivity. How they perform is how they feel. If they're not performing good, they don't feel good. So if someone's going to throttle their effort lower than what they know they can, they're not going to feel good because then they're going to feel like they're being deceitful. So it makes them feel like liars. It makes you feel like you're being insincere and that you're being fake. So that's like probably the biggest reason why people who I've been standing too long. I've been standing all day, sitting too long, so I'm sitting down. So that's a huge reason, probably the most important reason. Not everybody bases their self-esteem based on what they're doing or how good they're doing, what their efforts are, but maybe some people do. And that's maybe the reason why you got some people who are running, but they're not really running. They're just putting in effort. Because that honest effort is what makes them feel good. Because they're putting in honest effort, and that's what counts. It makes them feel like they're being a good human being. So I think that's a huge part of it. And some people just work the way that they work. Like I think sometimes with the new people, I don't think anybody really is bad or whatever, but they're not going to be fast right away anyway. I think the post office has some impatience when it comes to speed. But if you're a person that has a slow, mellow pace, it'll be harder for you. Because basically it's a clock game, you know. Yeah, basically. That's part of the reason why I like the job. It's because of the pressure and the time. You know, I'm that kind of guy. I'm always trying to beat the clock, you know. I mean, when I'm running, I'm looking at my clock. So, it's not, I mean, I get the point. One person says, oh, that's the reason why the raises didn't go well, whatever. It's because of the non-unity of the union or whatever, but talking to people about their speeds is not going to unify things. That's just the way it is. It is what it is. You know this watch? I got it for $99. It's the Carbinox watch. I'm sorry I bought the Carbinox, but this, I'm not sponsored by this company, but this is a good watch. for 99 bucks. I like it. It works well. I like it just as much as the Galaxy. It keeps the charge good. It's fast to recharge. It tells me stride length, but it doesn't tell each side, which I like, but not going to spend $250 extra for that, so it's a good watch for 99 bucks. The app on the phone, it's more connected that way. It's faster. It's good. It's a good watch. So I like the OLED. It's easier for me to read. It's a solid watch. It's not cracked or nothing. The wristband is really good in it. I like it. The Carbinox one here, it's like sticky. It's sticky plastic. It doesn't feel good. It's weird. But this kind of knurled kind of rubber material, it feels better. It has a better fit. And I don't know. I don't think they're made by the same company and rebranded. I think it is a different company. That can always happen too with these watches. They're all made by the same company and they put the different brand, but I legit have a better experience with this one. I think it is a different maker. But it's a better experience so far. I mean, not that this is a terrible watch, but I don't think I'm going to run tomorrow, and I'm going to wear both watches. And then I'm going to have them both detect my workouts and see if they're the same. Should be the same if they're the same. And then I can test the accuracy. But one thing that really, it's like reading the time and whatnot. I mean, sometimes on the Carbinox, the time would change. It'd be wrong time, as if it was in a different time zone. It's weird. It's a smartwatch. It's almost like it would go to factory reset or something. I'd turn on the app on the phone, then it would correct itself. That's weird. But yeah, the buttons on the side of this would stick because of the sweat. And it'd be kind of difficult to press the buttons. It's like sticky. And I never wear this in the shower, the watch in the shower. When I'm taking a shower, I'm charging the watch. That's when I charge it. And this one actually charges so fast that just being that time that I get in and out of the shower and dress is enough to keep this charged. And I don't have any problems, which is pretty good. So not being able to press the buttons within a week, and I can barely press it. That's not good at all. I don't have any of those issues with this. It's easy to press the button. They're not getting sticky at all. But this Carbinox, the buttons are, I had to basically wash it out with the water, and it's still not good. I don't know. It shouldn't be like that. Especially when I'm not really going in the mud or anything. I'm just carrying mail. It's weird. It's not good. And so this doesn't do it. So that's probably the reason why I like this watch. Not only because of the OLED, but because I'm not having those issues with this watch. I like the dial that turns. You can turn the dial. It's also a button to press. And you can turn it like, the old school watches. And that's pretty cool. I like that feature. It's pretty good. So, yeah, it's much better to use. This watch with the buttons being weird and hard to press is weird. I don't like it. It's not something that makes you want to ever buy the watch ever again, you know. So yeah, that's my video for today. I guess don't succumb to peer pressure. I'm still eating healthy. I'm probably eating too much peanut butter. I eat a lot of peanut butter. I just love peanut butter. But it's good. And I will catch you guys later. Thank you.